this invoice workflow today. Basically, the way it works is very simple. I have a Telegram chat over here, and I have an invoice. I don't want to deal with all of the putting it all in the Google Sheet in the database and whatnot like that. I'm going to drop in that new invoice, which I just downloaded. Put it here and I'll press send. Okay, it's done. I'm waiting for that message to come through though. So you can see we have invoice 2023000892. We have the message just came in on Telegram. I click this and I can view Finance AI Corp. So there you have it. Full flow using Telegram to populate database with your invoice information, store the invoice for you, and you don't got to do anything else. So basically it works pretty well. And it's a way for you to save a lot of time in not having to deal with invoice stuff. Now, this all actually gets added to a Google Sheet as well, so it stores all the data there. So the entire workflow is already in the description. You just have to download it. And once you download it, I'll show you exactly how to go from downloading it to setting up the credentials to having it fully functioning within the next 20 minutes. So let's do that. Okay, so there are going to be two links in the description. One's going to give you the actual invoice agent JSON file, which is here, and the other one is going to give you, which is a sample invoice for you to test out. Okay, so once you have this, just press download, and it's going to allow you to download the JSON. So we'll download that, and you can go ahead and just download the sample Acme invoice as well if you want to. Obviously, you can test it out with your own, but it's fine. Okay, now you'll go in here. You're gonna just go here and do import from file, and here's the invoice agent 1 JSON that I just installed, and it's gonna put you on this screen. Okay, and so the first thing we need to do is set up the Telegram trigger. Okay, so now that you've got the Telegram trigger all set up, we have now this Telegram. Okay. So now you're pretty set up, right? You have this here. You're able to go in here, and I'll choose invoice processor. Here again, invoice processor. Any place where there's Telegram, we'll change it to invoice processor and invoice processor. Okay. The next thing you need to do is set up your OpenAI. You get free credits when you get N8N free OpenAI credits when you join N8N, but if you've already used those up, you need to set up your credentials. Okay, so here's how you do that. Okay, so as you can see now, I'm able to choose like that as my credential YouTube 606, but I'm just gonna use this as my main account, and in here, go ahead and again pick the same one that you used to set that one up. Okay, the two more things we need to do are Google Drive setup and the Google Sheets setup. So if you open the Google Sheets node, you're going to see it already kind of has this entire thing done down here, but this is not for an existing sheet. It doesn't currently exist. All right. So what you'll do is you just click. There's another link to within the drive that you have access to a Google Drive right now in the description, and in there you're also gonna find something called Sheet 1. All you're gonna do is copy it. So it's gonna give you something like this, and all you need to do is basically click File and then click Make a Copy. Okay, so you can call it whatever you want and say make a copy. And so this is what yours is going to look like. So I'm going to rename this to whatever you might have called yours. I'm going to just call mine YouTube 08/02 invoice database. Okay. Now this is the one you're going to use. So you can close the original one that you got in the sheet. All right. So you have your copy, and there's an email address that you use for that. So basically you come here, and you might not have this. You'll have to just say make new credential. So create new credential. You'll do click sign in with Google. Pick the email that you just used to make a copy of the sheet. So for me, it was this one. Press continue. If you see some checkboxes, just check them all. You get connection successful. Okay, cool. So now that you have connection successful, if I go here and I pick that account, I'm gonna look for invoice database. I can click on the arrow to see that one is not the right one. Okay, from yeah, sheet one. So let me go ahead and use the one I made in YouTube, right? This one. So this was my copy right here. So I'm gonna use that one. Now you notice that there's a bit of a error with this. Our columns are outdated, so press refresh, and it should, for the most part, be the same. So whatever is missing here, we'll have to just drag it and drop it again. So, for example, you just copy this, paste it here, and this was dot date because it was the date. And you can notice that if you come here and you scroll down to the schema, you can see what we have, right? Due date is one of them, is the one actually. So if I go do that and I come back here, uh, due date is this, but we scroll here, we had it written as due underscore date. So copy that, come here. This is just for whichever ones it doesn't register for you. Like for me, it didn't register these ones. I'll put due date. And here I'll put dot date. Okay? All right, awesome. Now, the last thing you want to do is make a Google Drive one. So I'll go here, and then basically the same way we did the last one, you're gonna just click sign in with Google and then use your email address and sign in with Google. All right? So once you have that all done, open your Google Drive, make a new folder. We'll call it Invoices. Okay? I'll create this here. And now when I go here, and instead of saying root folder, so make sure it's my drive. Now instead of saying root folder, I'm gonna look for the folder I made called Invoices. See, there it is. Click on that one. All right. And that should be everything set up. All right. This is already done for you. Most of it is already done for you. So you don't really need to worry about that. Perfect. So now if I open Telegram and I'm on my invoice processor here, which is the chat that I connected to over here, and I'll click execute workflow, and I'm just going to drop in the Acme invoice. I'm going to send it. It's going to go through, it's going to do all this. This AI model is going to understand the data and then put it into a way that Google Sheets can understand it. And Google Sheets is going to go ahead and is going to populate this entire, now you can see we have invoice number, date, total amount, billing, address, due date, and notes. And the PDF itself is going to be added to the invoices drive that we made. Thanks for submitting. Total amount of the invoice is this note summary, invoice database. So if I click that, okay, that's not going to work here. I'll show you how we fix that right now. Click on this, go to add option, and then look for properties, not properties. If we look at invoices, you're going to share, press this, go to manage access, and do anyone with the link can view. Okay. Now if I click on this link, okay, that's pretty weird. Let's look at what happened. Why are we not able to just click on the link and view it? So this is gonna All right. Thanks for submitting. Invoice database. So if we look at this, link to the invoice database. So I'll go back to that drive, invoices. I'll copy that link. I'll come here, open up this. So when you look at this agent, you have a user message. All right. You need to open that up and replace this link with the link that you just used. And now just to test all that, I'll just pin this, run this flow again, so it sends the message again. Now if I click on invoice database, well, that's pretty weird. Why won't it let me copy link? Huh, okay. So is there a difference between the two links? Drive to google.com, drive folders. Oh, I see the problem. I know the problem. This is drive underscore link. And if you look here, I think because of the way Telegram works, like if I send this, now this, if I click on it, is gonna work. But it seems the way it's being formatted and sent to me is it's not sending it, it's becoming italic when it gets to Telegram. So I think what we can do instead of that is here, I'll unpin this set field. I'll add a new one. I'll call it link. I'll paste in the link here. This is good for you guys to see what kind of debugging looks like, you know. Link to the invoice database. Now I'll need to execute this node. All right, I'll pass the link here. Let's run this again. Okay. Oh, I don't think it's gonna work. It still it still keeps sending it, like it turns the underscores into the, like it removes them and makes them italic. Like it makes them italic. I'm not sure why that is. Let's just test something else. All right, let's test something else. Let me delete this and just connect this here. And just put the link as a thing there. If I execute this step, no, no, that won't work. Okay, I think what we could do is share the ID. So, for example, here I'd say ID. Oh no, sorry. I'll still say link, but what I'm gonna do is grab the ID from this one Uh, so if we look at this, what we want is that ID to be here. So I'll get rid of this. I'll make this an expression. Okay. Now this ID, if I put it there and I copy this link, let me go back here. So we'll slash view. No. Oh, sorry, this is a folder. So if I open this in Google Docs, this one EZ is this one, right? So this is the link I want to copy. I want to go here. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to paste it in. Okay, I'm going to remove this after the D. I'm going to copy this JSON.id, paste it there. All right. Now if I click on this link, we get it. And if I open it in an incognito tab, I can still view it. Perfect. Okay. So we can get rid of all of that. Keep that as the link. All right. And now we'll go here. Have it like this. Come in here. The link, JSON link is still going to be this one, which takes this. Is it still saying drive underscore link? No, it's perfect. So execute this step. This will have to unpin. So unpin this. And let's run Telegram again. I want just to be able to view the thing from the link, but there seems to be a problem with it right now. But I think we have fixed it by taking the ID. Okay, but this is not supposed to. It's supposed to be just slash view. Oh, sorry. This should be output. Bring that here. Okay, I'll run that. So we get this, and now if I click on this, I can actually view the correct invoice. Okay, perfect. So now you have a way, thank you. Now you have a way to be able to upload a PDF of an invoice here, have it get auto-populated into a Google Sheet, and you can also be able to have it get added to a Google Drive, right here it is. So yeah, basically that's how you do it. It's a very simple flow, not hard to set up or do anything with it. It only takes like 10, 15 minutes to set up this entire thing. Now, to make sure you don't have to run it manually every time, all you need to do is click publish. All right, press publish, and now it will run by itself, right, without you doing anything. So I'll leave this open, for example, for you to see. But what I'll do is I'll go to Claude. Okay, I'm gonna go here, and what I basically told it was, can you make a sample Acme invoice as a PDF? I'll say perfect. Make another with different detail and let it do that. Claude is great for this kind of stuff, like just for using the kind of data you would use in the real world to test the workflow. So it's gonna run. Okay, while this runs, I just want to make a quick heads up that it might ask you for your email address to make a copy of the Google Sheet. Like you might have to put your email in and sign in, and then you can click make a copy. Okay, and then this will be the copy that you will use in NA10. Whatever you name it here, it doesn't matter. Just name it something, and that way, that will be the one you look for in NA10. Okay, as you can see, this one is done. We have another invoice here, so I'm gonna press download, and now we're gonna look at it run from start to finish. Okay, so we'll go here. Okay, I'm gonna drop in that new invoice which I just downloaded, put it here, and I'll press send. And now we're not actually gonna click run workflow or anything. We're just gonna sit here and let it do its thing, because what you should have done by now is turned on publish, and now it should do its own, it'll do it by itself. I was saying it was great for making these kind of testable things like PDFs and stuff. So you can always use, okay, it's done. I'm waiting for that message to come through though. So you can see we have invoice 2023-00892, a different date, total amount, Finance AI Corp, Jennifer Park, due date, and notes. Here we have the message that just came in on Telegram. I click this, and I can view the new one, right? Finance AI Corp. This is the new one. So there you have it. Full flow using Telegram to populate the database with your invoice information, store the invoice for you, and you don't got to do anything else. So I'll see you in the next one.